What's going on, everyone? So we had some shift in the quantum market today, and it reminded me a whole lot of DeepSeek and the market reaction to the initial claims out of China about DeepSeek. And I want to just jump right into the headline: the Chinese superconducting quantum computer, which has received over 20 million global visits. So without further ado, let's jump in. So first, before we get into it, I do want to take this opportunity to point out that 2 weeks ago, I did post one of my best produced videos. China's DeepSeek is an urgent warning. I'll leave that video link in the description, but I really recommend you go over and watch that. So why that video matters so much is because of the core message in the content. And the content of that is that we are behind China. So I have a interesting take on all of this. I actually think that the weakness is in quantum stocks today in a very choppy, iffy market is showing strength. And I'll explain a little bit more why. First of all, let's jump to the main headline. So Chinese superconducting quantum computer receives over 20 million global visits. So China independently developed third generation superconducting quantum computer Wukong, which has received over 20 million remote visits globally, passing an important milestone in the country's quantum computing development. According to Anhui Quantum Computing Engineering Research Center, users from 139 countries or regions have accessed Wukong remotely, with US, Russia, Japan, and Canada showing the highest level. Wukong has completed more than 339,000 quantum computing tasks since it went into operation on January 6, 2024. I have mentioned this before, and there are some really interesting parallels going on with the DeepSeek headlines that came out, because what did we see that happened? So one of the largest companies in the United States, over a $3 trillion company, in one day saw $600 billion sell-off because of China and their news about DeepSeek. So now we have a very similar situation where over the weekend, there's a big quantum computing headline, which the initial reaction from the market is, ooh, the US is behind. I better pull out of US companies. That isn't the right reaction, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so we are looking at 1 month of Okay, so what happens here, right? We have the DeepSeek news. Everyone panics. $600 billion in one day. And then there was further sell-off as well. So NVIDIA also chopped around for quite a while, but then you can see this beautiful rally as NVIDIA goes back to earnings. So I do want to draw a line here on the chart that I think is very pertinent to this conversation. So DeepSeek panic, sell-off, the 24th of January. Not even 4 weeks later, the price has recovered, and honestly, NVIDIA is likely to go well past its current price point based on the current chart and how good of a company it is, and the fact that the world is going to need more and more and more and more AI hardware. NVIDIA is perfectly positioned to capture as they have been for years, most of that market share. So what do we take from this? We have this Chinese superconducting quantum computer, which receives over 20 million qubits. So what's our reaction as investors? Oh, China's winning, so better take our money out. Or, oh, dang, that's too bad. Well, we had a good run. That is not what we need to do in this situation. Let's take a look. So there's a saying that I like, and it's winners never quit and quitters never win. So let's look at all of our quantum stocks today, at least our mid and small cap. And we had quite the sell-off today. Pretty aggressive sell-off. So so with D-Wave, we open, we dump, choppy. The market wasn't super good today. And then we have this rally at the end, which you always got to look at the market at open, but you also have to pay attention to what people are doing at close to see what people are really thinking. And we do this on a decent amount of volume. So then we go over to IonQ. IonQ really got beat up today. It was down from its previous close at $37, and it touched the 32s. But if we zoom in on the chart, we see a nice little rally, 8 candles at the end to close strong. And then Rigetti saw an 11% decrease. So we don't run away from this. We don't run away from the conversation as quantum computer investors. We don't get shy to talk about this. What we need to do is understand what's happening. So macroeconomic factors will always disproportionately affect speculative tech stocks. Investing in quantum computers does not come without risk. This is not a mature technology. When you're buying a stock that's trading at $10 or $20 or $30, oftentimes that company isn't at $100, $200, $300, $400 level because it hasn't matured in its growth. It hasn't matured in its technology. It hasn't matured fully in its potential. So when you're investing in a quantum computer company, whether it's Rigetti, IonQ, Qubits, or any of the other great companies out there, you have to really take a measured approach. And that approach is, this is a volatile sector with a lot to prove, but there are so many good things coming up. We have earnings for D-Wave. We have earnings for Rigetti. We have a $2.5 billion DOE deal. We have Maryland $1 billion deal, the state of quantum. We have Quantum Qubits D-Wave conference that I'm attending. We have the NVIDIA quantum conference. So there are a number of really positive catalysts in the next couple of months. And today did feel like there was definitely a strong investor reaction to the Chinese news. But I challenge all of you who are investing in this to recognize that we're not the only player in this game. China is also in this game, and it looks like currently they're winning. So that was the main message of my video and the mini documentary I created a couple weeks ago. And the silver lining is I don't think this current administration wants to be outspent on anything. They announced $500 billion for Stargate. The more relevant quantum computing becomes to artificial intelligence, to logistics, to any number of applications, the more money is going to go into it. So this is an emerging and disruptive technology. Remember, if it was a mature technology making billions of dollars, it wouldn't be trading at $11. It wouldn't be trading at $6. You're not buying a mature company. You're buying a disruptive technology that has incredible potential to change humanity. So it may be a once in a lifetime opportunity, and in 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, who knows? You may have been wishing, oh man, I could have bought Rigetti at $10. At one point, you could have bought NVIDIA at $5. At one point, you could have bought Amazon at $10 and Netflix at $10, right? Every company has to start somewhere. Every story has to start somewhere. So I don't look at this with a negative or pessimistic view at all. In fact, what I think is more healthy if you are a long-term investor and holding a long position is not really worry about the day-to-day price fluctuations. Worry more about the major catalysts and the major conversations that are happening. So lots of positive catalysts coming up, and I haven't seen a whole lot of negative catalysts. This Chinese development is a great step forward for quantum computing as an objective scientific measure of progress. But in the world economy and the tech economy, when money is involved, all of that goes out the window, because if we're playing catch up, if we're playing first, if we're not the first mover, if we're the second mover on quantum, it could spell trouble. And I mean big trouble. I mean US tech companies, if they fall significantly behind in this technology, it could be a massive disruptor to the global economy. It could be a huge disruptor to the giants that are US tech. So long story short, US needs to spend more money on quantum. I'm not worried at all. I'm a long-term investor. These are normal pullbacks. And let's objectively and critically analyze what's in front of us and just take it day by day. All right, y'all, if you have found value out of this video, please leave a like or subscribe. I'm just a very small YouTube channel trying to grow and tell the story of quantum computers.